Who is this actually good for, who should skip it, and is it worth the price for normal everyday buyers? That's the question that pops up every time I scroll past a new gaming laptop on a storefront. Most of us have been burned by a flashy spec sheet that looks perfect on paper, only to find the machine underdelivers in the games we actually play or in the day-to-day tasks we need it for. With the Lenovo LOQ AI-powered gaming laptop, you're looking at a blend of AI-tuned performance, a mid-range RTX 5060 GPU, and a Ryzen 7250 CPU all packaged into a 15.6-inch chassis. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's start with the hesitation most buyers feel. The market is saturated with gaming laptops that promise ultra-high frame rates, but end up throttling once the battery drains or the cooling can't keep up. The LOQ tries to solve that by slotting in Lenovo's own LA1 AI chip, which claims to keep performance unthrottled by dynamically adjusting power and fan curves. In practice, that means you're less likely to see those dreaded dips when you jump from a quiet menu into an intense boss fight. If you've ever been frustrated watching your FPS drop from 100 to 50 seconds into a match, that AI-driven tweak is a real convenience, not just a marketing buzzword. Now, who should actually consider buying this machine? First, think about the type of gaming you do. If you're a casual or mid-core gamer who spends most of your time on titles like Fortnite, Apex Legends, or Valorant, the RTX 5060 paired with a 144Hz IPS panel is a solid match. Those games run comfortably at 1080p high settings, and the 144Hz refresh rate gives you that buttery smooth feel without demanding the raw horsepower of an RTX 3080. The LOQ also shines for creators who dabble in video editing or 3D modeling on the side. The 16GB of DDR5 RAM and a 512GB PCIe SSD mean you can load large project files quickly and have enough memory to keep multiple apps open without a noticeable lag. And because the laptop runs Windows 11 Home out of the box, you get the latest OS optimizations for both gaming and productivity. On the flip side, there are clear cases where you might want to pass on this model. If you're chasing esports-level performance at 240Hz, or you need a 4K display for cinematic editing, the LOQ's 300 nit FHD screen will feel underwhelming. The anti-glare coating helps in bright environments, but the modest brightness can still make the picture look washed out under daylight or strong indoor lighting. Power users who regularly push AAA titles at ultra settings will notice the RTX 5060 hitting its limits faster than a higher-tier GPU. You'll often need to dial back texture quality or ray tracing to stay above 60 frames per second. And if you're on a tight budget, the price point might feel steep compared to a desktop build that offers a stronger GPU for the same money. Let's break down some practical strengths you'll actually notice after you unbox the LOQ. The first is the AI chip's impact on thermal management. In my testing, after a solid hour of continuous play in a demanding title like Cyberpunk 2077, set to medium graphics, the laptop stayed within a comfortable temperature range without the fans screaming at full speed. That translates to a quieter room and less wear on the internal components over time. Second, the connectivity suite is surprisingly generous for a 15-inch laptop. 3 USB-A ports for your mouse, headset, and external drive, plus a USB-C port that supports 10 gigabits per second data transfer, making it easy to hook up a fast external SSD for extra game storage. The backlit keyboard is another practical win for late-night sessions. The keys have a decent travel distance, and the lighting can be customized per zone, which is handy if you stream and want to highlight your brand colors. Now, the weaknesses that matter when you're actually using the machine. Battery life is the biggest elephant in the room. With the RTX 5060 drawing power under load, you're looking at roughly 2 to 3 hours of gaming on a full charge, which isn't surprising, but worth noting if you plan to game on the couch without a power outlet nearby. The chassis, while sleek in lunar grey, is on the heavier side of the mid-range segment, making it less ideal for frequent backpack travel. Lastly, the storage capacity of 512 GB can fill up quickly once you install several modern games, each taking 4060 GB. You'll likely need to invest in an external drive sooner rather than later, which adds cost and reduces portability. A real-world scenario that puts the LOQ into perspective. Imagine you're a college student majoring in graphic design who also enjoys gaming with friends on weekends. You need a device that can run Adobe Photoshop and Premiere Pro smoothly, store a decent library of coursework, and still deliver a fun gaming experience in your dorm. The LOQ's DDR5 RAM and fast SSD handle the design software without hiccups, while the RTX 5060 lets